Bane, thanks for joining us, man. Look, this is an emergency podcast that we had to have because you and I had a conversation, right? And we had a conversation about, I thought it was a cheap shot. There's some former offensive linemen that have played the game. They said it was not a cheap shot. What am I talking about? I'm talking about what happened with my guy, Uchenna, someone that you played with. So I'm going to ask it right now. Was that play on Uchenna Nwosu, was that a dirty play?
I think 150,000% that was a dirty play. Because for one, right, what we have to understand is this, right? Whether when I first got in the NFL, that play wasn't an illegal play, right? But I think they changed the play around 20. They made that a dirty play. It's a high-low play. We called it a high-low, and they called it a chop play, right? So they outlawed that play when they outlaw we can't hit below the quarterback knees, right? But if you look at the play before that, right, I think it was a get back because Uchenna, they threw a flag on Uchenna because Uchenna like kind of slipped. It wasn't intentional, and he hit the quarterback from Cleveland low, right? So I think that might have been like a get back play, or like, all right, you hit our quarterback low, we're gonna hit you low, right? So now they threw the flag on Uchenna, and they must have threw a late flag on when they hit Uchenna, when they hit him with a high low, right? And if you look at the sideline view showed that the running back actually kind of like lightened up, right? Because he seen an offensive lineman hit Uchenna low, and he kind of like, I ain't gonna do him like that. If that running back would have hit him, oh man, that would have been even devastating, man. Like,
okay,
I'm glad that running back kind of pulled back.
Let's go to the side view right now. Let's see what we're looking at. You got the side view right here, Bane, and we're gonna go ahead and play it a little bit. Here we go.
Okay, so 77 is coming from the other side of the line of scrimmage, right?
Okay.
On pass protection.
Okay.
A lot of times, a lot of teams do this, like when they're in like empty personnel, instead of using the back to block the defensive lineman, they'll pull the guard. So one team that do this a lot, this same thing, especially in shotgun, as the Miami Dolphins. So the Miami Dolphins, when they do this, they don't use their backs to chip. They want their backs to go out, right? So when Miami do it, they want you to think that they're in 11 personnel. But when Miami do it, they backs go to the flat right away, and they act like they about to bump, and they don't bump. So it's like they telling you they're in 11 personnel, but they really in empty personnel, right?
Okay.
So that's the difference when a lot of teams do it like this way, and then a lot of teams do it like the Dolphins. But
so
I think to me,
some of the people right now are saying that they feel like the offensive lineman was there before the running back, and that made it legal. Can you speak to that?
Well, okay, the offensive lineman actually made the initial hit first, right?
Right.
But the running back, he actually made contact with him too to make it an illegal block. True enough. But the running back he hit him, but the running back didn't hit him like he could have. But it's still, to me, it's an illegal block.
Right. So it's definitely a legal block. And not only do you think it's an illegal block, you think it was a dirty play.
I think it's definitely a dirty play. I think the offensive lineman, what he did, he didn't expect Uchenna to get there as fast, right? Because if they was in empty personnel and he didn't chop Uchenna would have got the sack.
Right.
He was right there. He would have got him. Like he got off the ball excellent.
Let's do another view. Let's do another angle of this same thing.
Right.
And let's see what else we can see. Okay, here we go.
Right. So Uchenna's on the right hand side. He's right on the right side playing right in. Right. And a guy hit him. The guy hit him low. And then a running back kind of like lunged forward a little bit. But to me, like I said, if you look at the running back kind of eased up because Uchenna had really nowhere to. He couldn't. The way Uchenna got off the ball so fast at the angle he was going, Uchenna couldn't avoid. He wasn't expecting his offensive lineman to do that. He was probably expecting offensive lineman to hit him in the shoulder, right?
Right.
And so when he seen the running back, he was like, I can't go right, I can't go left. So how he spent and jumped, it was like, I gotta avoid this running back because if he hit me, oh, it's really gonna be over.
Right.
And they could have got the running back for helmet to helmet too. Right?
See.
So it was a legal block and his helmet to helmet. You see what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So regardless if the guy didn't get there, the running back didn't get there, he got there like a tiny bit late, it's still an illegal block. It's helmet to helmet, which they outlawed, and the chop block, which they outlaw also. So you got two penalties to me in one. Chop block, helmet to helmet.
Okay. All right, Bane. Let's talk about this next part of it because, you know, one of the things now it has been said that we can come back to the regular screen. It has been said now, like, okay, it's probably an MCL sprain. He's going to be out 2 to 6 weeks. That's us fans like, and a lot of people are like, oh, okay. Well, first of all, we are grateful that it's not more serious than that, right? First of all.
Right.
However, it is what it is.
Right.
It's 2 to 6 weeks. Can you take us into that injury? Can you take us into the mindset of that situation?
Well, that injury is pretty much I might not say the perfect terms with of what it really actually is. It's not a tear. It's something like where your MCL is sprained to where it's bruised, right? So what's the rehab, right? It's like 2 to 4 weeks of rehab. And, you just got to pray that, at the end of those 4 weeks, he come back 100%. But it's going to be constant rehab. He's going to have to rehab like he actually tore his MCL. So that's the protocol of it. And, yeah, man, it just a lot of ice, a lot of rest. And I would suggest rehab on grass. Don't rehab on turf.
Why?
Because the turf is hard. And the turf actually turf is not natural. And when you get on grass, and whenever you get on grass, it's more natural for the body. The turf is like, it's like man-made. It's like man-made thing, right? And so when you get on, whenever you like just walk and stand on turf, it's like it just hurt more. Whenever you walk and stand on grass, it's just more of just like natural.
I want to talk about this now. Look. This is the part where I'm glad to have you on the show because I want to just kind of go dig a little bit deeper in some of the conversations that I've had with you guys over the years. When I look at Uchenna, and by the way, Uchenna is an ex-teammate of yours. That's your young bro right there. You played together. But when I look at Uchenna in this situation, let me tell you what I think, and I'm going to see what you think about what I think. I think, first of all, it was a BS dirty play. That's number one. It was during the preseason. Now Uchenna is potentially going to be out 4 to 6 games. That is an opportunity. That is taking away numbers, sack numbers for Uchenna in this situation. When you take away sack numbers, now you're messing with the possibility of that third contract. Now, Bane, I'm talking like this because of conversations that I've had with you and other of your bros that played in this league. And that's what makes me mad.
Yeah, it sucks too because it's one of those injuries that it wasn't his fault. It wasn't like he didn't come in shape. It wasn't like he was, like not doing what he's supposed to. It was a dirty shot. It was a cheap shot. And what made me mad about it is he was going against guys that it's dangerous to me. When you're playing against guys in the preseason that has nothing to lose, they would do anything like that to make the team or to slow you down. So it's like, to me, that's just like super, super dangerous, man. But, it's a part of the game. Like you're going to go against dirty players, a part of the game. And you're going to go against guys that, they like, man, it's my last shot. I got to do what I got to do so he don't make that sack. Because like I said, if that running back wasn't there, or even if the running back was there, even if he didn't hit him low, Uchenna probably, to me, knowing how I know how to play, Uchenna probably would have ran through that running back and probably still, if not made the sack, put a lot of pressure on him.
Right. All right. Well, Bane, it's always good to have you. Before you go, there's two things I got to do left. One, we need a story. We always need a story from Bane. And two, I want to talk about, because I got people asking me how they can get in touch with you with your football IQ program. But first, let's get to Bane's story. Let's go. What you got for us?
I'm gonna tell you the football IQ. So I got a little business I got going. I'm teaching high school, college, NFL guys on how to watch film, defensive linemen, maybe some linebackers. Some linebacker play a little bit too. So it's you can hit my Instagram, Mebane92 at Mebane92, or you can hit it Elevate Your Football IQ, and it's all on Instagram. And you can go through there and reach out to me, and then we can get some sections either in person or we can get some on Zoom, whatever you want to do, whatever's convenient. So story time, man. So
Here we go.
I remember, man, back in it was 2009, right? It was 2009.
Is this before? This is Moore. Jim Moore is your coach, right?
This is Jim Moore. So Jim Moore is the head coach now, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to my third year, and my dog, man, me and Red been down since 2008, his first year. Me and Red, we about to go, it was after a spring practice, OTA. Okay. So we getting ready, man. We about to, we showered and everything. Me and Red, like, man, let's go to lunch, man, because we wasn't feeling the cafeteria food, when it was one of them days, like, man, let's just go switch it up, right? So me and Red, we showered and everything. Our locker right next to each other. We like, man, let's go ahead and move out. So at that time, one of the receivers that was there was TJ Houshmandzadeh, right?
Okay.
So TJ Houshmandzadeh, he was, always like a big brother to us, always trying to encourage us and just teach us stuff. And, we was like he was like an open book. He was like, man, what y'all want to know? Like, I tell you, you need everything, right? So we getting dressed, man. We put on our, the same attire I got now.
Hey, by the way, everybody, Mebane loved the black T-shirt, khaki shorts, and Jordans. But go ahead.
That's it, man. Or I sometimes wear a white tee. Shout out to Pro Clubs. That's the tight necks, right? And so me and Red, we walk across the locker room, and we right as we about to walk across the locker room, we run into TJ Houshmandzadeh, right? So TJ like, hey man, where y'all going? And this is when TJ, he just got there. He just got a big deal. We knew of him, popular player, great NFL football player, right? He said, hey man, where y'all going? And we like, shoot, man. We ain't was about to tell him we about to go get some meat, but we was like, shoot, we about to go to the house, right? And he was like, bruh, y'all about to go to the house and sit on the couch and do nothing but probably play video games or watch TV. And we was like, yeah. It was like, look here, man. Y'all want to know the secret, man, how to prolong your body? And so when he said, how to prolong your body and how to prolong your career. So we was like, yeah, bro, give it to us. And so we was like, we inched up closer, like, man, tell us the secret, right?
Yeah.
Because at this time, I think he was in year 9 or 10, maybe something like that, right? And we was like, man, we want to get double digits too, right? So he said, hey, man, before every practice and after practice, he said, I want y'all to do something to your body, man, to make your body better, recover, so you can be better the next day. And he started telling us, man, like stuff to do, like stretching, hot tub, cold tub, walk on a treadmill, like all kind of stuff, man. He was just telling us to do, man, like how to just, do, we call it prehab, right? Instead of rehab, you do prehab, get on the table, ice the machines and stuff like that, Norman Tex. And he told us that, man, and we turned right back around, counseled what we was doing, and put our clothes on, man, and we said, hey, bro, follow the lead, bro. We want to learn. And he showed us a routine, and I did that routine for my whole career, man. I ended up playing 13 years. Red played 10 years, and I went third round. Red went fourth round, and we played longer than we was both expected to play going in those rounds because of one of the things that TJ Houshmandzadeh told us to do to help prolong our career.
Would this advice that you just gave, obviously it works for pros. Will this work for high school, college? Would it work for them too?
Oh, absolutely, man. Because to me, the younger you know how to do this stuff, the younger you know how to eat, the younger you know how to stretch. All that stuff is just preventative. And then another thing too, around that time, the next year, I was diagnosed with severe sleep apnea, and I was ended up, having sleep apnea. And then one time, right, this is a whole nother story. So one time, I'm not an alcoholic, right? So one time I drunk some wine, and I was like, man, I drunk it and I was feeling real good, went to sleep, had a great practice the next day, man. I was very fresh, and I was like, damn, I got good sleep. I was moving and everything. And the next day I tried to do that again. It didn't work.
You tried to
And
drink
I
the
tried
wine
one
again.
more time. Yeah, and it didn't work again. So finally, I went to the athletic trainer with Sam at the time, right? I said, Sam, man, I need to do a sleep study. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna sign you up. So I had to stay overnight at the hospital, and I was uncomfortable because it was like it was like an interrogation room, but it wasn't interrogation. It was like they put all kind of wires on your head, and they sitting behind the glass. They do it differently nowadays, but they're sitting behind the glass. And I did it at the Seattle hospital, and I didn't sleep that well, and then I had to come back the next week and do it again. And then I felt comfortable the next time because I already knew like what to expect. And man, that sleep apnea machine, I still use it today, and that thing changed my life, man. I'm telling you, I recovered, and I just felt excellent, man. Just listening to the older guys, and just like, man, just always trying to seek knowledge, man. That's the key, man. Of just playing anything and want to be good at anything, man. Like, that's biblical, man. Like, you always gotta like seek knowledge, have an open ear. If it don't work for you, then cool. But always, whenever we used to have older guys come to our team when we was in Seattle, I used to ask, man, like, I used to ask C Red, man. I'd be like, hey, man, what y'all do on date night, man? Because that's when, I started, dating my wife. At the time, she was my wife. I'm like, man, what y'all do, man? Like, how y'all do this? And you just start just telling me stuff, man. But the thing is, man, you got to ask the questions because nobody's going to just give you the answers to the test. Yeah. You got to always ask questions, and you'll be surprised on what the response you would get from guys that have more experience than you.
I appreciate you, Bane. Thanks for doing this emergency podcast. And remember, you guys want to reach out to me, Bane. What is it? Is it Mebane 92?
Mebane 92.
Mebane 92.
Mebane 92.
At Mebane 92.
And then I got it. Right. And then I got the other one is Elevate Football IQ.
All right, we're going to be putting them links in there, Bane. It's always a pleasure, man. Hey, you enjoy that party. Hey, Bane, it looks like you had a real nice house, bruh. Is that a nice house you at, man?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Anytime, man, you get an invite, man, to somebody got a pool, man, it's like, man, like, woo. Hey, hey, man, when I grew up, I was in one pool the whole time I grew up, and then after that, I was in nobody pool.
hey, let me ask you this. Mebane, is retirement life good for you, bruh?
It's dope, man. It's a blessing because I get to see this other half of being a parent, taking my kids to school that I didn't see early on when my other two kids were in school. So it's like, man, it's a blessing just to be hands-on more. I'm still getting used to all these emails, man. I'm like, dude, these emails like majorly, man. Like events, RSVP, make sure you do this and that. I'm like, woo, man. Thank God for my wife, though, boy, because man, woo, I'm getting there.
All right. Bang, we'll talk to you next week, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.